It is time for IMSA to return once more. It is also time for round 8 of the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. We are live looking at Lime Rock for what will be probably the most entertaining race we have to offer. We are live here, beautiful sunny day here at Lime Rock, and practice has just come to an end. We are waiting for qualifying to begin. We apologize for the late starts, but we are just getting this party started. We're making sure everything is good to go. We're ready to go racing now. A track that is completed in under 1 minute in all these machines out here, the DPIs and the GTEs. Only 5-second difference between the two different types of cars here today, the two different classes. It's all coming down to this. This is going to be one hell of a race. Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club at Lime Rock. 50 seconds until we get qualifying underway. It is time to get going. Let's hear what the drivers have to say before we get into this. Here we go. Mic check.
Loud and clear.
All right. Yeah, so we are heading into qualifying now. Single car qualifying, so you guys don't have to worry about any other drivers impeding. So yeah, 14 seconds, best of luck. Also, make sure you guys have your strategy set in place. Make sure you know where your pit box is, how to enter pit lane, and yeah, overall, give it your all in this qualifying session.
Mic check.
All good. And with that, qualifying has begun. Here we go, boys. Qualifying
already? Holy crap. I'm just set here.
Started up. Starting to watch the drivers go out now. We're going to take a look at the live timing page. And this is where we're going to see all the drivers out right now. Not too sure why it's a little bit laggy on our timing sheets over here. Let's fix that really quickly. I think that should solve it. There we go. So, qualifying underway now. We're going to see who is going to qualify on pole position. Remember, there are two classes to watch out here. The DPIs and the GTEs. So it'll be very interesting to see who takes on pole position out here, as the drivers already come around the start-finish line to begin. And I think the first man there is Luca Andretta with a 57.0, beaten out by Klaus with a 55.9. Remember, the DPIs are definitely going to be on top, so don't even be surprised there. But be surprised if a GTE beats one of them. As the drivers head around, this is going to be a very, very quick qualifying session. 5 minutes, of course. And then we get into some racing. So, only a 13-car lineup here today, but for a track like Lime Rock, it's definitely a lot. Maybe a little bit too much. This is a very, very small vicinity. This is the smallest track for the IMSA schedule, both in real life and in sim. So as we await for all the drivers to make it around once more, we see that all the top 5 DPI cars are happily ahead of the GTEs. On provisional pole right now, we have Klaus Klint with a 45.2, followed by Kirill Chevette making his return, a 45.3. Danny Nasir, 45.7. Jaden Harrison, 45.8. Lance Nasir, 49.0. And then in the GTE class, currently on pole position is Raul Pratab with a 49.7, followed by Luca Andretta with a 49.8. Daniel Tapner with a 50.4. Martin Webster with a 50.4 as well. Very close down there. It's all heating up very quickly. And just hearing from CBR Bradbury, this track has 36 grid slots. Yeah, 36 grid slots. That is terrifying. I never wish anyone to have a stacked lineup of drivers at Lime Rock. That's horrifying. In the meantime, I'm going to send out our Discord. If you want to get in on the action here, we race every Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get in on the action, join our Discord pronto. I'm going to link that in the chat and pin it as well. As we take a look back at the live standings, it's being jumbled up just a little bit there, but we can also see Kirill Chevette, who takes provisional pole with the purple Sector 1. With a 45-1 going on there. As we're coming down now, 1 minute and 50 left to go. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as we're going to get racing underway in just a moment's time. Stay tuned. But 1 minute and 40, and Jaden Harrison is going to take over provisional pole with 1 minute and 37. It's a 44.919 for him. We're going to see if he can do, if any other driver can improve. Maybe Klaus or Kirill can fight back and get this pole position. We'll see. But 1 minute and 14 left to go. The drivers are going to have a solid maybe 2 laps if they're on track still. Pit lane is pretty empty except for the likes of Lance Desir and Klaus as of right now. But they do need to get out. This is the time to get out the pit lane if you are going to go for one final run. And we're going to take a look at the timing sheets now. Do we see one last jump? Yes, we do. Daniel Taberner takes provisional pole, and Luca will take it right back from him. But look how close the top 2 drivers are. Can Rahul Pratap, maybe Oswin Wilson have something to say about that. It's currently Porsche, Ferrari, Chevy, and BMW, followed by 2 Aston Martins. All the different manufacturers fighting for gold. Who's going to take home pole position? 20 seconds left. We're waiting to see who could do it. Kirill and Jaden still on track. 8 seconds left to go. Martin Webster pulls it in the pits. That's going to be his qualifying complete. Danny Nasir across the line. 1 more lap to go for him. Daniel Taberner's not going to make it across. Checkered flag is out. He's going to come across the line. Is there going to be any improvement from him? Don't see anything. He's going to stay second. Andretta, nothing from him. Alex, don't see anything from him either. Kirill Chevette, currently sitting P2. He's going to come across the line. Is it enough? It is not going to be enough. He's going to take it into pits. Sean Lee, last driver to come across the line. One of the last drivers to come across. No improvements from him either. Jaden Harrison coming up now. And he's going to take it into pits. That's going to be a qualifying complete. I don't think Luca Andretta has crossed the line. I think he actually has. Yes, he has. According to our thing. But we're still going to wait just a moment. But he has taken home his pole position there. And a good qualifying there to start us off fresh. All the DPI cars are ahead of the GTEs. There's going to be no worry about that. And we can get this party underway. Let's congratulate the top 3. All right, nice qualifying, guys. Congratulations to your top 3, starting with the DPI class. That's Jaden Harrison, Kirill Chevette, and Klaus Klint for the GTE standings. Congratulations to Luca Andretta, Daniel Taberner, and Rahul Pratap. As we set our sights onto the race now, last chance to get your pit stop strategies all set. Remember, it is a mandatory tire change. And yeah, make sure you guys have your pit stop set up. That is most important.
How long is the race?
1 hour.
Thank you.
It's a standing start.
We're gonna start we're gonna be on the grid in about a minute.
He's asking if it's a standing start.
Oh, standing start. Yes, it'll be a standing start. There's not too much space to get a rolling start going.
Sorry, it is a standing start then, not a rolling start.
Yeah, we're gonna do a standing start.
Okay.
Oof.
And we got all the DPIs ahead, so you guys have nothing to worry about. All right, with 30 seconds left before you guys are put onto the grid, my only advice, and the only thing I'm saying right now is, when it comes to lap cars and overtaking, especially with both classes, it's not just a DPI thing. You guys gotta be very patient around here. It's crucial. There's no point in sending crazy dive bombs. DPIs, you're 5 seconds quicker than GTE cars, and we all gotta understand that this is a small track. Everyone is going to be battling for position one way or another. So you really got to watch out where you are, who's around you, what cars and all that. And yeah, just be safe when it comes to lap traffic. And yeah, short track racing, have a good one out there. Just be patient. It's a 1 hour race plus 1 lap. So you guys have plenty of time to get any move done around here. And with that, the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. We are live at Lime Rock, and it is next. Here we go. A minute and 30 seconds left to go before we get this race underway. I'm your host, Rahul Nasir from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, bringing you round number 8 of the IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. We're live here at Lime Rock, about to get this race underway. The drivers saying their last good lucks, and the grid is ready to go racing. Jaden Harrison took the pole position, followed by Kirill Chevets, and then it is Klaus Klint, Danny Nasir, and Lance Nasir for the DPI class. On pole position, it's Luca Andretta, followed by Daniel Taberner, Raul Pratap, Oswin Wilson, Martin Webster, and Sean Lee, followed by Alex Polkov at the rear of the field. 48 seconds left to go now. This is going to be short track racing at its finest. I am so excited to get this one underway. If you guys are ready in the chat, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and pray that we do not have a lap 1 incident. Who knows, though? Maybe they can get it clean, or maybe we can see a red flag, and we have to restart this one all over again. No matter what, this is going to be a race to talk about for a long time. Here we go. The lights are about to come on our screens. Here we go. Without further ado, let's get this one underway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. And we go racing here at Lime Rock. The DPIs are going to get away very quickly. That's going to allow the GTE cars to start spreading their wings. Here we go, and we're already missing half the action with a forest just ahead of us, but so far it looks pretty good. All the drivers following suit as the DPIs are going to start running away with this one. And we're going to already switch over to trackside instantly now, but it is Kirill who will take P1 at the beginning of this one. There all the drivers go through the chicanes now, side by side. There you see one of the DPI struggling. I think that's Lance Nasir. Yes, it is. As they go up the hill. Sean Lee already at the tail end of the field. Chevrolet of Alex already making up some good ground up there. Side by side action, almost. Oswin Wilson trying to put a move onto the inside of Martin Webster as they go onto the front straight. They need to watch out for the Corvette, though, in the background as he's looking for a move to get done in the rear. He's going to go around the outside, however. As apologies for that. I think we just had a little bit of a stream stutter there.
Come on.
Things just freezing up. Lance Nasir running off track contact. Yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Yeah, that was not the best of rejoins there. So virtual safety car, Kirill, slow that pace down to 80 kilometers. Pits are open. Pits are open. So first caution is out. And that is a hard hit. Lance Nasir taking out Daniel Tabner in the Ferrari. I guess running off track.
Hi guys.
And yeah, that is just not what you need at the beginning of this one. So pits are open for all of them.
Next time, don't bump into me.
Who is this? Daniel?
Single file, guys. Single file.
Okay.
We're gonna go green at the end of this lap.
Oh, yeah.
So keep a car's width of the driver ahead. So yeah, first caution of the day, but we did get past lap 1, that's for sure. I'm very happy with all of them. So Lance Nasir is now at the tail end of the field. He's gonna have a lot of work to do catching up. And race control is going to say we're going to leave them as is. We're not going to file them around, especially for Lance Nasir. But if that becomes a major issue in this race, we're going to...
Bro, could you, like, leave a little bit of space? Thanks.
Going to definitely fix that there. So the drivers getting ready now for the restart. Reminder, we're going green this lap. We are going green this lap. Get ready for the restart. Get ready. Single file, single file. Green flag, green flag. And here we go. We get this one back underway, and we're already seeing some cars making the jump, and they're battling. That is Jaden Harrison. And there we see Kirill in front, but Danny Nasir taking a peek on the outside. Contact is made from Kirill. Jaden punting Kirill off just slightly there. We look in the background to see the GTE class. The Ferrari making some move down. In the background there.
Is the director watching?
Yes, we're watching.
You watch a guy just bump a guy and took the lead?
And already some drivers a little too skeptical about that incident there. All right, Jaden, you have to give that position back to Kirill. You have to get that position back to Kirill. And from our replays, we could tell, yeah, just locking up and then going right into the rear. Oh, Klaus goes wide off the track there, but the DPIs are having a lot of fun. Danny Nasir running off track, however, but Jaden Harrison knows that he is very fast out here. And everyone gets fouled back up to where they just were. But in the back here, though, there you see a lot of moves. Oh, but Alex just spinning off the track. Gets back on, no problem, side by side. Wilson and Tabner as they go through the chicanes now. Over the curbs. Oswin can't really find space, but we go back up the field now. And there you see how fast Jaden Harrison is. Looks to the inside, just a little bit of pressure. No, he's gonna send it. Oh, contact once again, but both drivers are off. Both drivers off the track. And I don't think that is what Jaden implied for. Oh no. And both drivers are gonna fall down the order. It's gonna allow Klaus and Danny Nasir to shovel up in P1 and P2. And looks like the lead is already changing now as Klaus is gonna get the lead. Looks like a slow exit there from the chicanes, and it's already shaken up here. Now Jaden is a little bit frustrated, but he's gonna have to keep his cool in this race. Now it's a lot of time, 53 minutes. And both of them are going to have to do a lot of work coming back up, as well as this man, Kirill, who was just a passenger through there, just got sent into the corner. Race direction still looking at the incident. However, since both cars kind of took each other out, Jaden included. He kind of just served his own penalty, kind of a taste of his own medicine for a dive bomb that was not going to work out at all there. More desperation. Here comes Sean Lee now on the rear end of Martin Webster, looking very feisty as they go up the hill now. A little bit of a lift for both of them. Kirill, fastest lap, and he's still on the pace, that's for sure. So I don't think he's got any damage despite hitting the rear of the tire barrier. Side by side, now down to the front straight, the Ferrari down the inside, and I think that's Oswin Wilson trying to get a piece of the action back here. Can't get it done this time around. Here comes Danny Nasir, however, and Kirill is just behind them now. Danny looking to take home the position of first and to hold off a lead and the charging Kirill Chevets. In the background, though, there we see our race leader for the GTE class. That is Luca Andretta, but Rahul Pratap is keeping him company, and I have a small feeling that this is going to be a nice race between these two drivers. And especially this early on, so we're definitely going to see a lot of good attempts at some moves here. As a slow exit again from Danny Nasir through the chicanes has allowed his fellow Acura of Kirill Chevets to close that gap just that bit more. It's 5/10 now. Hopping over the curb, Danny Nasir goes. And 3/10 now the difference between these two guys. We don't know where to look. Jaden Harrison, fastest lap of the 44.9. That's the fastest lap of this race. Now Harrison gonna see what he can do. He is climbing back through the field, but he is setting the pace. Meanwhile, now Partab is really trying to find a move against this Porsche, as both of these guys have just worked their way around everyone. Martin Webster is doing very well, though, after not the best of campaigns. If I'm honest, the worst campaign he's had in his sim racing career after the GT3 Challenge Championship. Many retirements, only finding decent success, and even then, it was just finishing in the points and not retiring in Jerez 2 weeks ago. So I think a lot of meditation, a lot of work he's done to himself to reevaluate what has happened back then and how he can improve. In the meanwhile, though, check this out! Look how close the top three are! And even a Corvette's in there. Alex, lap traffic, just trying to get through. I'm gonna give you guys driver names so you guys know who to follow now. But look how close this is. Danny Nasir clipping the curb there. I'm not too sure if it's faster. Oswin Wilson getting the move done on the Ferrari, and he moves up into P4 in his class. But for how long, though, as Tavener is looking to the inside, cannot get it done this time around. Harrison, though, is now up here, and check this out. 4 of the 5 DPI cars are fighting for the lead of this one, but oh! Horrible exit from Klaus, and that's gonna shuffle him down the order. Danny Nasir, your new race leader here at Lime Rock. But for how long can he hold on for? Off the track there, Jaden Harrison, once everyone got together close up, carnage ensues, and oh, that is a really hard move there into the wall. That's gonna be some crazy damage on the front of that Valhalla machine. What happened? Did he just go for a very aggressive turn-in? Lost the back end on the front straight? There's no need to risk it that early on, especially how we had a slow Jaden Harrison keeping on his line, but Klaus, I guess, just did not expect the Cadillac to be that slow off corner exit. But now it has left these two guys to battle each other. Kirill now is going to fight against Danny Nasir. While the two Cadillacs were so fast in open practice, it is now the two Acuras who are very fast here on race pace. Very close now, Kirill is doing. He's done a great job from climbing back through the field. We're going to see what he can do as they go up through the chicane. Is this going to be a good exit for him? Yes, it is. Moves being made down here. I was watching the times be close. Danny Nasir calls out for Lance Nasir, who finds himself in a wall. All in the meanwhile, top three are back together. Jaden Harrison is here. Kirill looked to the inside, couldn't get it done. Slow exit from him allows the Cadillac to the outside.
That's okay.
And everywhere we look, we try to look to a different battle. We can't get away from these guys up here. Danny Nasir doing a very good job of holding back these guys, but look ahead. Faster DPIs are coming up. You guys know what to do. So this is where our racing really begins. Oh, who is that? That is Sean Lee.
Sorry.
Sean Lee losing the back end as he hit the wall. And who is that? That is Jaden Harrison as he just narrowly misses the tire barrier, going in for his tire stop, I believe. Maybe it's damage, I'm not too sure. But Sean Lee spiraling out of nowhere back onto the track. Maybe losing the rear end, not too sure. Danny Nasir now is going to slot through the GTE class. Both classes are going to have to work together to come through.
Alex.
And ooh, Alex is running off of track. I think that was Luca. Just thanking him there for getting out the way. As Raul Pratap is going to still stay hot on his heels. Jaden Harrison still sitting in the pits. But I think what Jaden is doing is pretty smart. They were coming up to some traffic. He's playing the game of, I'm going to keep my car in fresh air, but as doing so, he's not come out in the best time. I'll say that much, as he's split the top two. A lap down, he is, from Kirill and Danny. And Danny's gonna have a lot of work to do. As he has to lap these guys up ahead. He goes to the inside of the Ferrari. Cannot get it done this time around. It's allowed Kirill to shuffle up a lot more closer. Now Kirill is going to look to the inside, possibly. Not this time around. Danny Nasir is going to have a bit of an awkward line. He's going to have to slow a lot more. Wow, there's a lot of trees around here. Our drone is unfortunately catching through. One thing's for sure, that Kirill is catching is Danny Nasir. Danny squeezes him. Oh, it's contact. Danny Nasir runs into the rear of Martin Webster. And the lead has changed once more. Martin Webster slowing that car down, takes it into pit road. Are you serious? Another retirement from the X-Plate driver. Martin Webster has not had it easy here the past couple of weeks. And he is now our first retirement. Keep in mind, he is retired in almost every single race in the GT3 Challenge, the Masters Championship. And there he goes once more. Very disappointing, even though he was still up there for contention and he was fighting for a podium, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be this time around. I'm not too sure what's going on in the head of Martin Webster, but it's not happy thoughts, that's for sure. Kirill now taking his time as he moves past Alex, lapping him, and Danny Nasir is next to come up. I don't think Danny thought he would be fighting for this race win, but he is definitely on the pressure, and he's keeping relatively close to Kirill Chevette. We're gonna see later on how these guys do. Remember, I don't think Kirill has won a race in IMSA, but Danny has. He has won it in Long Beach, one of the best races to win. And there we see, looking back the order, the battle for P3 in the GTE category. It is Oswin Wilson fighting against Daniel Taberner. Tries to close that gap up. Here comes Klaus, locking up the car. Does he have suspension damage? I do see his steering bent. Yeah, it is. He definitely has some damage there. And he's just limping that car. I don't think he wants to do any repairs. He knows his car is pretty quick. Personal best from Danny. As Klaus is gonna speed through past Oswin Wilson. And oh, check this out. Taberner running wide off track. Giving an awkward line to Klaus. Not helping him, that's for sure. As he wants to get the move on. He wants to fight. Danny Nasir, 13 seconds up the road. Does Taberner let him go this time around? I'm not too sure. Saw a lot of smoke coming through the chicanes. Probably just a lockup. Back to this battle over here. Your battle for the GTE lead. It is Raul Pratap, Luca Andretta. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We're getting this party started, as we have two very close battles, one in the form of Danny Nasir versus Kirill Shevets for the DPI class, and then just up ahead of them, it's Raul Pratap and Luca Andretta for the GTE class. Heavy lockup coming from Danny Nasir there. Oh, sorry, from Kirill Shevets there. And we look up at this battle. This is not helping Kirill. He just wants to get out the way and roam free. And here comes Danny. What a slipstream. And very smart. He's lifting. He's getting off the gas. He realizes, not this time. Raul Pratap turns in a little too early. And Danny... Kirill gets through to Luca, but it looked like Raul Pratap didn't expect Danny to take that long to turn into the corner. And that has lost a lot of time from Raul to Luca Andretta. And Luca's got a lot of leeway now. He could potentially pit now. 40 minutes left to go in this race. A lot of space to stretch now that he has nobody behind him. Danny Nasir, though, has lost out to Kirill, which Kirill now has a bit of open space before he catches up to Sean Lee and Lance Nasir. As Lance losing out early on in this race, contact with himself and Daniel Taberner, but obviously we can see which one has got away better than the other. Daniel Taberner doing very well. A little bit of lockup into one, but he's doing a very good job. Jaden Harrison does need to do a lot of catching up. He's on the lead lap, that's for sure, but he's in P6 and behind two GTE cars, but he's doing very well to catch back through the field. And we're going to see him back very shortly. As of now, the gaps have finally opened up. Not many battles to look at right now, but that's just for the time being, as a DPI car will always find itself with somebody else. Alex now looks like he's just looking ahead of the two drivers in P8 and 7. A little bit of the curb there. Maybe some damage not helping his car turn in. The Corvette under Alex's hands doesn't look too stable around the last couple of corners there in that final sector. He does a 52.2 just off of race pace, what his fellow competitors are doing out here. And we're now hearing from... Oh, hold on. Before we could say anything, Klaus into the wall. He gets back going, losing the back end. Maybe he's by himself. And all that effort to catch up to Danny Nasir has now slightly gone down the drain. Losing out a lot of time. But yes, as I was saying, we are now hearing some word from the paddock pen. Martin Webster says, sorry guys, the customer arrived in and they were just moving in some stuff. He apologizes to a couple drivers as well. And he might have infringed early on in this race. Oh, hold on a second, losing the back end, Jaden Harrison. And Roland Pratap's gonna help him out, spinning him a 360 and get him back going. The DPIs are struggling around here, especially through that chicane. They're just bogging down. That's the issue. And Oswin now is not going to be too keen as he has a DPI car that he is clearly faster than as he tries to get up to the Ferrari. But I think a lot of guys do have a fuel number they got to hit. So it's just keeping it out there, keeping it green. That's the most important part. Harrison now, this is for position. Has him and Roland Pratap already having it coming together. Same area. Last lap. But there you see how quick the Corvette just exits out that corner against the DPI. And then running up the rear of him. Nowhere to go through here. Clipping the grass just on the outside. Here comes Jaden. On the front straight. And he looks good. Overtaking him into P5 now. Next up is our GTE class and championship leader for the GTE series, Luca and Dretta. The Swiss Superman, as we call him, as he just flies through the competition as at a stellar IMSA program here. Looking to gain another championship under his belt. Remember, he had won the NASCAR Cup Series. He just lost out in the GT3 Masters Championship as he goes off track just slightly. And we're going to see what he does as we see Jaden putting in the fastest lap at a 44.9. We're going to see what Luca does differently against the rest of the pack. As you can see, very calm, collected. The only Porsche on track. He has nothing to worry about. He's very patient. On the throttle, you see Sean Lee's a lap car, and thanks. Sean Lee is going to respect it. Don't think so. Don't think anyone pit, except for...
No, I think he's just come out. No? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
Thanks.
I think Kirill is just making sure where his rival is on track, asking, has Danny pit? Maybe, not too sure. Where is he on track? I mean, like, they're both in two different parts. And no, Kirill right now is just very focused, laser focused on track. Of course, the second driver in Ragnarok, partnering with Martin Toth, who is not here today. And there's a lot of traffic going through here, as I think Luca is going to return the favor. Letting cars go. This looks like a decent spot to allow lap traffic. Oh, as Jaden runs off just slightly again. There you see, Jaden Harrison is just not having fun through that chicane. And a little sketchy, I think, as Taberner was entering pits.
Overtake me here.
Oh, sorry, that was Luca. As he was watching Jaden Harrison. Very interesting. Oh, hold on a second. Luca Dretta narrowly misses the tire barrier. Locking up. Are those tires gone? He's on the medium compound, and wow. That is a very close one for our race leader. And Roland Pratap, that's going to help him out a lot as he had lost out big time here. Danny Nasir by his lone self now. Make sure, guys, if you are new to the stream or watching for the first time, be greatly appreciated if you hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 400 subscribers. And if you're enjoying the race so far, make sure to hit that like button as well. Just to recap, you guys, this is Kirill Chevette, one of our youngest drivers here at Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, and he is currently leading us in this race here at Lime Rock. This is round 8 of the IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship, as we are on the home stretch of this series. Just a couple more races to go. 4 more, I think we have left, with the likes of Road America, which is coming up next. Then we have Indianapolis. And I think actually, VIR, we have Virginia International Raceway. And then it is on to the finale at Road Atlanta. And that's going to be a crazy race to decide this championship. Our second place man here is co-founder of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. This is Danny Nasir in the RDN Racing Acura DPI car. Rolling in second place right now. Very good position he is at. We're going to see how he does towards the end of this race, but right now he is flying out there. Klaus Klint, our main man in the Valhalla Acura, currently sitting in pits, getting that fuel and tire stop. He's a lap down now, but all the other drivers have to make their pit stop, so he's going to follow back around. We're going to see if the undercut works for him. Next up, the only Cadillac on track here, or sorry, one of 2 Cadillacs, I'll say. This is Jaden Harrison, now passing Klaus for 3rd place, driving for Young Knight Racing. I'm going to give a massive shout out to him, as he's currently live streaming his perspective. So if you want to go check him out, show him some love, hit that subscribe button. I just put the link in chat. You can watch his perspective as he fights with 30 minutes left to go. Up next is Oswin Wilson, currently in P5 in the BMW, making his return. He's on break from work for 2 weeks, so he's going to be here with us this week and next week for our premiere of our next championship, which I definitely think he's going to enjoy a lot. Can't wait to see him again, and always just happy to see him return. Of course, our championship winner from last year, the 90s Touring Car Championship, as he flies through in the BMW. P6 is this man, Luca Andretta, who has lost out on the lead so far after dominating this one. He is championship leader, as Oswin Wilson notifies Jaden Harrison that he is going to pit. Luca Andretta in the only Porsche, the Swiss Superman. We call him the Swiss Superman because he just loves to fly out there. Figuratively, of course. That Porsche is so strong, and this combination, you know, we have Hamilton in a Mercedes, Schumacher in a Ferrari. We're going to be talking about Luca in a Porsche, and I think Jaden was a little bit cheeky there. A little cheeky. Oswin Wilson getting blocked from pit entry from Jaden Harrison. He's going to have to wait one more lap to get in. And we have this man right here who has caught up to Luca Andretta as well. This is Raul Pratap, one of our real race car drivers in real life. He knows a lot about endurance racing. He races endurance himself at South Dakota in Guyana. The Guyanese Raul Pratap knows a lot about racing very long and staying consistent. He drives in the Chevrolet, and currently he sits in 3rd, but that should be shuffled into 2nd. No, not yet. I think Oswin might have missed his pit stall, and that's allowed Luca Andretta to take back the lead. Oswin Wilson, I don't know what's going on with him, though. I thought he was going to enter pits this time around. Gonna find out what he does later, and that's also gonna allow Raul Pratap to close up. Oh, who is that? Klaus spinning around. Gotta be very easy on the throttle. Danny Nasir exiting pits now. And now it's up to this man, Kirill Shevets, to react. As it's going on, let's continue to look down at the drivers. Here is Lance Nasir, one of our main graphic guys. And I think Alex has actually retired. Oh no. And we're now hearing word from him. And the paddock pen did not set the pit correctly well, and he was in traffic anyways. Unfortunate for Alex. Hopefully we'll see him in the next one. That's a huge shame for him there, As this is only I think it's actually his debut in this IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. As Oswin Wilson has finally found himself in the pits. Lance Nasir, our second driver in the Cadillac, currently rocking P7 right now, as Danny Nasir losing that position out to Jaden Harrison on warm tires. Lance Nasir is one of our main graphic designers. As you can see, the livery that he's rocking with, as well as Danny Nasir, was all covered by Lance Nasir. One half of TCOD, his teammate Justin Nasir, one of the fastest iRacers you can come across. He had won the 2022 Daytona 24, beating out the likes of Romain Grosjean and Jimmy Broadbent, just to name a few. And that is his father right here, Lance Nasir, teammate with him, currently representing TCOD. Up next in the Ferrari, one half of CBR Racing, this is Daniel Taberner as he drifts that Ferrari through turn 1 there. Daniel Taberner, the Englishman, looking pretty solid around here in the Ferrari. I mean, this car is just full of references everywhere you look. From every sticker, from Laggy Tech, we got Yo Mama, we got You Donuts. Famous brands, you must have heard of them somewhere, probably in your local flea market. Taberner currently sitting in P8 overall. However, he is, I think, P4 in the standings? No, P3 overall, as they are all on lap 40. And last but not least, here we have Sean Lee in the Aston Martin. Not having the closest of races himself, he's going to need a yellow to get back in this one. We shall see and find out. But Sean Lee, the second half of RDN Racing, partnering with Danny Nasir. Even though he is sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard, never count him out. Sean Lee is a feisty one. After all, he did win the BTCC Legends Championship. That is all your drivers that we've gone through here. And is back up to the front pack and to see where everyone is. Last couple of corners. There we see Jaden Harrison. We still got to watch out for Kirill to head into pit. As he still needs to make his mandatory tire change. As Kirill now follows behind Oswin Wilson. Just another car to lap and overtake. And he's going to do that with Oswin Wilson. Oswin is currently having a pretty good race. They're sitting in P4. But once again, I think a lot of these guys just need a caution to get everyone bunched up. And Lance Nasir into the barrier on the front straight. Yes, it is. He's going to need a little more reversing than that one. And he's going to get a toe back. No, he's going to try reversing. Just trying to make sure he doesn't impede anyone. I think he's good there. This car's very difficult to find reverse gear and first gear. And looks like he's going to get back on track now. Ooh, just sliding it. For the moment there. And apologies once again if we did have another screen freeze. I'm not too sure what's going on. Lance Nasir heading into pit road there. And it's currently lap 43 they're on. 24 minutes left to go. Oh, look at this now. I think that was a position being made there once more. I think we just fixed that little stuttering issue. Once again, apologies for that. Figured out the issue, and we are good now. Kirill now arriving at Daniel Tabner. Kirill has had a very relaxed race so far. After the whole start fiasco getting taken out.
Front straight.
Yep.
He's looking good. Luca Andretta and Jaden Harrison working together, making sure they don't impede each other's races. I mean, one of them's the leader, the other one is fighting for the lead. And he's going to take it. Rahul Pratap
Good luck.
getting
out
an
there.
overtake on Dan and Nasira's. Luca cheers on his fellow competitors as he's got nothing to worry about. He's not in his class. And here we go. Kirill Chavets has now entered pit road. Now this is going to be very interesting, and he's already out. 36 second stop. And a pit stop very quick from the crew. Getting the fuel in as well. And he's back on track. Remember, these drivers have to make mandatory tire changes. And so far, he now keeps the lead. Remember, in this race, you must make a mandatory tire change. That is changing your tires in this race once.
Sorry, Jish.
It's okay. I just came out of pit.
I think Danny Nasir might have got into contact maybe with Lance Nasir. He's looking good there. But still your race leader. Kirill Chavets in the GTE class. There we see Luca Andretta. Rahul Pratap not too far behind. He is closing up that gap, I will say that. He's doing very well to catch up. As I come around the last couple of corners now, this race has come down to a bit of a standstill at the moment. As every driver is now just working on strategy, as we have a bit of traffic, looks like, ahead here with P7. Yep. P6, I should say. I think that's Tabner. With some lap traffic ahead. Sean Lee is probably going to get that car out the way. The Ferrari flies through into the front straight. And clean as you like it. On board now with Klaus as he goes through the chicanes, hopping over the curbs, back down. He has a lot of space by himself. If you take a look at the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see the map currently sitting in P4. He is just a lot of space to work with out here. Kirill, not so much. He does have some lap traffic ahead of him. Ooh! Did Lance slow down in the middle of the track? Thinking Kirill was going to go around? I'm not too sure. That might be some damage in the rear end of that Cadillac there. Looks fine on the outside to me. But just these small hiccups is allowing Jaden Harrison to crawl back in. He's closing up that gap very well. Let's see what he does towards the end of this race here. There goes Jaden Harrison on the inside now, lapping another car there.
Me on the front straight.
And Kirill now.
Or just do it here.
Not wasting any time as he knows that 30 seconds behind is Jaden Harrison, who's slowly closing up that gap. I think Kirill just wants to get in fresh air as soon as possible. Where Klaus is, that's where he wants to be. But he has to get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cars. And they have to catch up to where these two guys are. P1 and P2 on opposite sides of the track as we are now at a half century of laps. 50 laps completed here at Lime Rock. And with just under 20 minutes to go, we are coming down to the wire. We're going to find out if Jaden Harrison has what it takes in that Cadillac in 30 seconds to close up that gap. And Daniel Tabiner spins it. Luckily for him, he has a lot of space to get back on track, but here come the leaders. And he's just going to get that car out the way. Kirill is not going to have any worry whatsoever. Looking at the closest battles we have on track, we have 3 seconds to from Oswin Wilson to Daniel Tabiner, whose tires are a little shot from that instant there. Danny Nasir has found himself 4 laps down. How come? Trying to figure that out. What has happened to Danny Nasir? For him to be down the order, at least on our timing screens here, yes, he has. But why? We're going to find out what happens when you come across the line. But from our name tag, we can see he's 3rd. But our timing sheets, he's 10th. That is very weird. I think he looks good from our side here. Yeah, from our timing screens, he looks fine. So I'm not too sure why that is saying that might reset as he comes across the start-finish line. Let's see if it just shoots him back up. No, it does not. Very interesting there. Then that might be just a little bit of a technical issue from our timing board. As we look at our live timing sheets, there we see Danny Nasir just there. As I think we just have to give that one a kick. There we go. Now you can see it. And Danny Nasir, yeah, he is in 3rd. So I think it's just our leaderboard that's wrong, but we know the official positions right now. So far it is Kirill Chavetz in 1st. Then it is Jaden Harrison in 2nd and Danny Nasir in 3rd. And speaking of Jaden Harrison, he comes into pits once more. Or is his first sub? I'm not too sure, but he comes in regardless. No, actually it's not. He pitted earlier in this race. And now he's in P2. What kind of strategy call is this? Possibly going for the softs. Klaus off the track. Can he get that car removed in time? I think he just about has. And Danny Nasir now is shuffled up to P2. Very interesting outcome in this race. As to see what's going on here. Jaden catching up to a bit more traffic up ahead. Here comes Oswin Wilson. Next car to overtake. He's got Luca behind him in the Porsche. They both look very fast out here. He overtakes him now as Oswin flashes his headlights to say, "You may go, sir." Kirill still leading this one. Very, very strong lead as he is a lap ahead of everyone. Oh, not too sure what's happened there for the moment. Looks like we're good now. It's again a couple more screen freezes coming from our side. I have no idea why. Gonna see what we can do on our side over here. Meanwhile, though, Lance Nasir bringing out yellows once more. Gets that car back on track just about. And just gonna quickly see the timing sheets. Yeah, so Danny Nasir is still in second, of course. So I think, yeah, it is just our timing sheets that is wrong over here. And yeah, now we have a penalty for 70 seconds now. That's gonna ruin our race, that's for sure. And something that none of these drivers want to hear at all. But everyone nice and spread. Of course, an opposite to what we had in Jerez for that GT3 finale. Jaden overtaking Sean Lee on track. On the front straight, I should specifically say, as we are now down to the final, I think 13 minutes of this one. Oh, but Jaden runs wide. Might have put a tire off track.
Girl, I'm coming.
Danny Nasir goes for the overtake on roll per tab. And he continues to race on. And our time, as our time penalty just comes to an end here, we can now return back to Luca Andretta as he continues to dominate this race out here. And there we see Jaden Harrison trying to get past not one, but two GTE cars. All these guys, of course, lap traffic for each other. One just trying to get out the other's way and being infringed by another. Of course, Daniel Taberner in a P3. He gets a nice exit through here. As they enter the chicane, they're side by side, giving us a lovely bit of racing action. A little tap on the rear. A little love tap, just to say what's up.
I don't know why you're defending against me there, Sean.
Sorry. Let's go.
And Daniel Taberner just wants to get past Sean Lee. Couple personal bests coming through.
You to go there.
Jaden Harrison being one of them. Getting a purple middle sector. And he's really trying to put the speed down. He still needs to overtake Danny Nasir, which is a long way to go. The top three, very, very far apart. What's up, Steven? I see you in the chat. And you hear from Sean Lee, the tires are absolutely destroyed. Running those medium compound tires. That's oh wow.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Check this out. A lot of traffic here, and Klaus Kling gets a drive-through for cutting the track. Too many cut tracks for him. He's gonna have to take a drive-through penalty. That is not good for the Valhalla driver. Doesn't take it this time around. And from our timing screens, it looks like Jaden Harrison is flying right now. He's purple in the first sector. Look how fast he's going through here. Purple in the second sector. This might be the fastest lap of the race. Across the line now. And yes, it is a 44.5. He is flying out here. Just to put in perspective, Kirill's last lap was a 47.4. So just from that, I think we can tell this race could potentially be on. And he is still flying. Klaus into the pits now, I believe. No, he is not. Not this time around. He does need to take that drive-through penalty ASAP. There's he on the rear there. Oswald Wilson, Luca Andretta. We're watching this man, Klaus Klint, has a drive-through penalty for cutting the course. Needs to get that penalty served. That's not going to help his race out as he's running in P4. Sean Lee into the pits now, replacing those tires. Those things are absolutely shot. looking up the order now. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to the end of the stream, as we will be announcing Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's 10th official championship. Yep, 10 championships in CMRSC. We've come a long way. And this next championship that we are announcing later is going to be a banger. Stay tuned, guys. And if you want to get on the action, because I know there's going to be a lot of people who's going to finally look at this championship and be like, finally!
Right, Saif?
Just finally. It's happening. Stay tuned, guys.
Thanks.
And Klaus is disqualified for not taking his drive-through penalty. The stewards have had enough. And they were like, you didn't take your drive-through penalty. You are out of this race. As he got the message. What has happened to Klaus? Race direction, of course, that is not controlled by myself. That is controlled by the server. And when you exceed a certain amount of cuts on a track, 5 warnings, and you get a penalty.
Thank you.
And he's now entering the pits, but is it too late? Because race direction gave him a penalty. We're going to find out now if he comes across the line. He takes his drive-through. He gets his drive-through taken, so I'm not too sure what that message is all about. But he gets that going now. We look back up to our race leader, Kirill, now 6 minutes and 20 seconds plus 1 lap to go. He's on lap 65. And he's charging through. Caution free so far in this one. The guys have kept it clean. Couple spins here and there, but they were drivers by themselves.
What happened here?
What has happened to Klaus? Did you get teleported to pits?
Yeah.
He got disqualified.
Why?
It said a lap earlier you got disqualified because you cut the track, and then when you took your drive-through penalty, it was a lap too late.
No, it said I have to go into this lap. It says
Yeah,
on the screen,
it
go in
doesn't.
on
It
this
counts
lap.
it as served at the end of it, and because you crossed the line serving it, that ticked it down to too late before you actually served it.
Yeah, you crossed the line during the lap. You were lap before you were supposed to. And Klaus, the FIA, the whoever is running this one, Michael Massey, whoever you are up there, well, that is a disqualification and a huge upset for the Viking, who had taken his drive-through penalty just 1 lap too late. Stewards were not happy about it. And I guess he actually was disqualified for real when we got that message. Despite taking that is a shame. That's not what we like seeing, but guess that's just a mistake there from the Viking. But as we are under 5 minutes left to go in this race, it is these two men who have been dominating this race. First, Luca Andretta And this man, Kirill Chevets, for both classes, GTE and DPI respectively. And with that disqualification, it has allowed Luca Andretti to now go up to P4. And here in the chat there, Michael Massey at it again. He has snuck his way into Lime Rock through the heavy security. Not too sure how he has, but clearly he's controlling that one when it came to that disqualification. I would have let him off the hook there, or at least allowed his drive-through on that lap to keep and to confirm that he took this penalty. But yeah, it's a little bit strict there, but that is the server doing that, not myself. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Lap 70 of this one. And what an endurance race this has been. Despite the short track racing, a lot of the guys kept it clean. Only in the beginning of this race, a lot of drivers were antsy to get positions done. Overtakes made. But now we have settled ourselves into a nice rhythm, keeping it clean till the very end. But stick around if you guys are in the chat. We have a trailer and a lot of awesome stuff coming up just after this race. Stay tuned. When we get our next championship announcement underway. Let's get some onboards of some of these guys around here with our auto cam. And in the meantime, let's turn it up. As we are now entering the final 30 seconds of this race here, it is pretty evident at who was the best of the best in this race here. Two men have put it down, and we're going to have about 2 laps to go in this race here at Lime Rock. And what an event this one has been. As we come down to the very end, it is 2 men who has just
go ahead, Jaden.
separated from everyone else. White flag is out. White flag is out.
But just go ahead. My race is shot.
Sean Lee just limping that car home. Kirill
Just having some fun.
on his final lap here. He has done an amazing job here at Lime Rock. And this young man is going to take home his first win here in IMSA. Around the last couple of corners, he has Sean Lee ahead of him, but I don't think he needs to worry, because around the final corner, everyone's going to let him go. Kirill Chevets is going to take home the checkered flag here at Lime Rock. And what a race that was. A lot of drivers next to come across the line. I'm looking for this man, though. Actually, I think a lot of drivers still need to come across.
That's alright, Teddy. Why you go behind Daddy?
But it is this man over here, Luca Andretta in the Porsche. So dominant out here. Not even Raul Pratab could touch him, and that is a real-life racing driver. Around the final corner in the Porsche, he extends his championship lead. Luca Andretta is going to win it in the GTE class. Danny Nasir is going to come home P2, and Jaden Harrison is just going to come home in P3. Was that a photo finish, maybe?
You make my heart double there in the last lap, man.
I think Jaden Harrison might have just caught up to the very end there, but he couldn't get the move done.
Daniel, sorry about that stuff finish again.
And that is our podium there for both classes.
There's not many places to go really nicely.
Raul Pratap finishes in
that's why I
P2.
have Daniel to just follow me through, and sorry about that.
And Daniel Taberner in third. Great race. Let's go talk to the drivers. Nice race out there, guys. We survived Lima Rock, and you guys had a great race for the fans at home. Congratulations to our top three in both classes. Let's start off talking to the GTE class. Starting off with our third place man in the GT class, I believe that is the Ferrari of Daniel Taberner. Daniel, how was that race for you?
Well, I mean, from the start it was always a bit, you know, it is like that sometimes. I think did quite well otherwise. Made up positions, got back onto the podium.
Indeed.
Decent job.
Yeah, you did a great you had a great performance out there. How did the Ferrari feel around here with the pace?
Yeah, it was quite nice actually. I always like driving this. It's loose, but it's not like really loose, not dangerously loose. It's once I got the Laguna set up on in practice, felt really good, quite quick. Yeah.
And yeah, after all that, you finished in a solid P3, continuing a great podium streak you got here. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers. I was off the podium at Motorsport though.
Shh, we won't tell anyone. In P2, we have Raul Partab. A great performance out here for you in that Chevrolet. Take us through that one, sir.
Well, all I gotta say is, what is a kilometer? But damn, this car was pretty fun to drive. Had some incidents in the first half with the DPIs, but you know, that's how it is here at this track. It's such a tight track. Realistically, I knew Taberner and Luca would have been like some hard guys to pass, but Taberner had some problems in the first corner, and I managed to hold on P2 all the way to the end. Luca was a bit hard to catch up on. I'm not gonna lie, that Porsche was getting away from me out to the corners all the time, but you know, I just had to keep the position and hope something happened, but in the end I'm still happy to bring home P2.
Indeed, man, that was a great performance out there for you, especially coming back in the Chevrolet. Congratulations on your performance out there and that podium.
Thank you.
And in P1, number one, the Swiss Superman. You just love to fly out here. Luca Andretta, you take home the GTE class race win. How was that one?
Yeah, it was a fun one. The start was quite hectic with everyone just trying to get positions, but I mean, you know, it's a tight track, it's quite narrow, lots of braking zones, and it's quite technical too. But yeah, after the start, Raul was just like on my, you know, rear the entire time, and I don't know what happened to Daniel and the others, but I looked in my mirror one lap and they were all there, and then the next lap I look in my mirror and it's just me and Raul, no one else. So I had no clue what happened there, but I mean, I was just defending for my life. And at the end, my tires were completely dead. I was hanging on like a thread to spinning out or something, but I managed to keep it under control and keep the pace up and cross the line all safe and sound.
Safe and sound indeed, and you managed to take home the race win. Congratulations, and you continue to extend that championship lead.
Thank you.
And now heading into our DPI class in third place. A hell of a race for you here, the Jamaican. It is Jaden Harrison. Jaden, how was that one?
The start was very rough. My computer was lagging for the whole entire race. But I had some pickups with Kirill there on the start. Not sure what happened there. I have to go look over the stuff, but it was a pretty good race. The overtaking was extremely difficult. Had some bad moments there, but tried my best to catch up and at least secure a podium.
And he managed to do so very well, and he almost got that P2 spot. That's a solid performance from you. Congratulations. Great podium. Coming into P2, Danny Nasir, a great second place finish for you. How was that race?
Line walk is so tight. And these cars, the disparity between this and the GT, it's about 5 seconds. And such a 44-second, 45-second lap. It's really hard to really get good clean laps in. There's always a bit of traffic. My target today was podium. I was thinking P3, but I guess Jaden had some incidents, or Kirill had some incidents. I had some incidents, but the way it shook out to the end there, P2. So I'm happy with that.
Indeed, man. How did the Acura feel around here?
Because it's fixed setup, the only thing you can really play with is tire pressure, and I tested for the first time last night and tried with the medium, and that wasn't really getting the kind of grip on the tight corners that I wanted, so I opted to go with the soft tires. But as you know, the soft tires, it's really hard to push and keep it with just one tire change. To get 2 sets to go the entire race was a challenge, so I had to pace myself basically to get that around here. But the car wasn't bad, but the tire compound, maybe that's a bit of a challenge. I don't know what the other guys use. I used the soft, but I was driving them because it was sticky enough for me, but you couldn't push it too much because it would get too hot, and then you all of a sudden you can't control the car. But if you drive them within reason, it wasn't bad, and it was good enough for second.
Yep, good enough for second indeed, and you managed to put down the throttle and put it up there. Even sometimes you were battling Kirill for that race lead, but overall, solid performance from you. Congratulations on your P2.
Yeah, thank you. I was a bit scared on the last corner there because of lap traffic. I was so cautious there, and Jaden got a good run on me, and I'm sure probably a photo finish between second and third if you look at it. But thanks, good race.
Good race indeed. And in first place, Kirill Chevette. Kirill, you had this one under your wing. Amazing race from you there. How was that?
Yeah, it was quite a good race. I had some decent start and some incident. After that, I was going entire race without front wing, and I was thinking to box and repair it, but I decided to stay out, and it was better decision. And I want to thank Klaus to being and his team.
Yeah, good. Massive shout out to him there. Yeah, you drove an amazing race, and yeah, this is actually, I believe, your first win in IMSA, which is very surprising with a fast driver like yourself. But yeah, congratulations, another win to add to your accolades. Good race from you.
Yeah. After the pit stop, it was terrible because without front wing, I was something about half a second or second slower than normal lap. But
a word of advice for Kirill: a little bit of patience. I know you're young.
I think everyone got the patience rule.
No, I gave him room the last time he passed me, and he still bumped me in the back. So, it don't matter. I'm just saying.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't expect it that you will be that slow.
You were coming out the chicane and he drove and backed me. It's okay. That's no big deal.
All right. Well, we'll discuss it after the stream. But as for now, we do have our trailer coming up here. So just give me one moment and I'll post it up for you guys here. Stay tuned in the voice chat right now. All right, what a race that was. But now it is finally time.
Ozzy, what's going on, bro?
We're going to let the drivers do their little talk. And we're going to get ready to show off our next championship. What an event that was. We're gonna quickly give you guys the intermission screen, as our next series is a series that a lot of people have been waiting for so long, but we have finally delivered it. It is time for our 10th official championship. Just going to grab everything we need from here. Let's get some music going in the stream in the meantime as we get this set up. Don't go anywhere, guys. Give us a couple minutes and you guys are going to be seeing history come back again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to debut our next championship. The hype is in the air for this one. As we get this one showcased. There we go. Let's go talk to the guys now.
Luca, you're sending that thing, meanwhile you with your massive ultra wide.
Is that Luca's rig?
No, Luca's got an even better rig than that. He's got a massive ultra wide.
All right, we got the trailer up. Head into the screen share now.
The screen share isn't up for us, by the way.
God damn it.
What screen share?
This screen share, I think.
Dude, okay,
What?
the live, okay.
It's not working. We can't.
What stream? Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be either this is gonna be
Oh,
or depression reveal.
There we go.
It's gonna be pure depression.
Oh, I hope it's not like that.
Oh,
We're
no.
going. We're going to Macau.
I think nobody's gonna like this.
Oh no.
No more
Boat
GT
racing?
cars.
All right,
We've had enough
silence.
GT.
Watch the trailer?
Yeah, we're gonna watch it right now. So silence your cell phones, shush, and enjoy.
No filming in theaters.
All
Why
right.
did he give you a phone?
Me screen recording
Enjoy.
the whole thing.
What?
I don't hear anything.
Dude, your video editing is bad. You're not supposed to have black screen.
Bro forgot to add in the clip.
Oh, this could be historic.
You can hear the music, right?
No.
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 Are you streaming your screen or are you streaming
Gosh
your display or
darn.
your window? Stream your
Yeah.
window, not your display.
No, I'm
No.
I'm screen sharing. Is this not working now?
There's no sound.
Is there no sound?
Nope.
Are you screen sharing your window? Or you
The
screen?
browser.
Oh.
Oh, well, this ain't fun.
Browser?
Wait, let me just double check. Let me just double check if it works in the stream, because like you could just watch it through the stream then.
It's a silent movie, everyone. Just someone get the piano out. Someone get the piano out.
Let me see. Let me see.
Oh no, soundboard is muted.
sound. Browse then.
So we get the piano.
Because is there no sound? Music, right?
That's supposed to have Black Space. The Charlie Chaplin movie.
Dude, your video.
Yes.
Okay, it's playing through the stream, so I think you guys just gotta watch it through there. Like the live stream, the actual live stream that's going on right now.
All right.
So where the hell?
Here you go, guys. There, I just sent it.
I'm not getting.
Yeah, so just watch the trailer through there. Obviously, this is gonna be uploaded onto YouTube, but yeah, here is our first look at the championship. Now, remember, there is a little bit of a delay in the stream, so I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds after this thing is done to react. So yeah, make sure to mute your microphones if you're gonna talk. Enjoy.
No song.
Austin Wilson with a very good start there once again, going around the outside. It's very clean. Around turn one there. Side. Mike's trying to hold on. He has the inside now. Just hold
Here
on
is.
there. This is where desperation starts to creep in for a lot of these drivers. There's not much time left. Coming down to turn one. It's Klaus up to the inside. Oh, Curtis Gregory. In the foreground, Martin Webster, can he make a dive onto the inside? Makes a massive lunge down the inside. Can he make it stick? And wow, just on the edge there. Martin Webster holding on for dear life, managing to stick that move done there. 3 wide coming up to the next corner here. Oh man, it's a big roll forward. Martin Webster on the outside, going to take that move. Sean Lee, there you see him, trying to make a move around the outside of Curtis. Once again, it's 3 wide coming down to turn one. It's Sean Lee, Dylan Morant, Austin Wilson, Danny Nasir trying to get in there. Your battle for P2, Khalil Rickford has booked it out of there early. Look at Jaden go! On the outside, can he get 2 cars in one? Oh, Mike going very wide now. A lot more curve than he probably wants to. And that's going to open the door for Tavar Clark. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the final lap. This is it. Lead there, it's Khalil and Klaus. And it looks like Khalil's just going to round out the outside. Can Klaus have anything to say about it, though? No, he cannot. More action going on in the back here. It's Dylan Morant just losing out on Austin Wilson there. Martin Webster leading this one. Sean Lee losing out of position there. Austin Wilson rounding out the outside of Dylan Morant. Almost making contact there, they keep it clean. Check out if any of these times are infringing each other. 2 to go. 12-2 for Mike, 12-5 for Dylan. Oh, he's so close! Marlon says race for the ages, oh I agree. Final lap!
This is how we play the game. We gon' represent and show them who we stand for. Let's turn it up and light the flame. Yeah. If you're not here to give it all, then what you here for? So get up and unite for your team. We'll give the best we've got. Hands up, right up, and play hard. We'll take it to the top. It's how we play.
Every preach, every part, every meal, every read, every soul. And the art and soul and passion, and the culture, Caribbean flow. When people come out all nation, with the team in a unification. With the stadium from beach at the grandstand and the meaning of unification.
It's how we play. It's how we play. This is how we play. It's how we play. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is how we play. This is how we play. This is how we play. How we play. How you play.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Caribbean Motor Racing Championship. It is back. It is that time of the month. 2 championships to watch through. It is the Radical Caribbean Cup. And it is the debut of Group 4. MX-5, Mitsubishis, Civics, all giving us one of the greatest shows ever. Starting next week, August 19th, throughout to September 16th. I cannot wait to get this championship started. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. And if you haven't already, join the Discord if you want to get a part of Caribbean's biggest championship yet. That's going to do it for us for today's stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Get into the Discord as soon as possible if you want to get on the action. If you're a fan, make sure to join us and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Support us there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on the road to 400 subscribers. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for a new chapter coming back.